Hey, what's going on, you guys? Figured I'd do a little bit of a video. What you're looking at is actually two Glock 19's. Wait a second, why am I showcasing two Glock 19's? Yeah, if we look at them in this direction, we can see they're almost exactly alike. Almost, right? You know, you got the nice backing plate on both of them. But wait a second. Are they both real pistols? Let's see. Yeah, I think this Glock is. This is my personal carry Glock 19. Deck tape just for a nice little grip. Put it on both sides. Gives it a real nice feel. Right? So, for right now, we're just going to pop it right back in the holster. So now, you may be asking yourself, what's in this holster? What the hell is this orange paint crap? It's an airsoft gun. What it? Just, you know what? From a far distance away, you'd never really be able to tell the two apart. Unless you were really looking at it dead on, you'd never be able to. Dead giveaway, it's fake. But you know what? When you're just picking up the weapon, say if you're going to be using this just in your house to scare people. You know, if you just drop your magazine just to check, slam it right back in, nobody's really going to notice, right? Okay. So you may be asking yourself, why do I have a toy and a real gun? Good question, right? Well, the main reason why is, you know what, I wanted people to be aware that the toys look damn near just like the real thing. This is cheap as hell to shoot too. I can actually take this out in my backyard, you know, and just practice my aim. Right? This one, I take it out in my backyard. You might get into a little bit of trouble with it. So, let's talk about the similarities between the two. You know, if you look at both of them, they both have almost the same exact sights. Almost. You know, almost the same grips. You know, you look at the front of them, they both look damn near alike. You know. Now, let's talk about size difference, right? You know, let's talk about a little bit of size difference. From the thickest point on a standard Glock, you know, which we all know is the slide release, to the thickest point, they're exactly the same, at least in thickness. You know. So you may be asking yourself again, why am I doing this? You know what, like I said, I wanted people to be aware that the toys look just like the real deal. You know, if I took this and I painted that orange tip, you'd think it was a real gun. It acts like a real gun. You know, we know on the last shot, the magazine will hold that slide open. You know, this will do the same thing. Yeah, and if you don't believe me, let's see. Let's just see something just for the hell of it. Empty magazine. The slide will actually get held open on the last shot. What do you know? Well, the other reason why is, you know what? The similarities between the two are almost alike. With the standard Glock, you can actually remove your front sight, put on a set of Trigicons or excess sights, you know, what have you. They both... The toy, unfortunately, you cannot... Well, you can, but it's not going to be the same sights that you're going to be get on your real Glock. Now, if I strip these two, wait, takedown on both of them are exactly alike. Now, let's move off. Let's take the frames away, just for right now. Yeah, there's two actions right there. You have your toy. Yeah. Components of the toy. Real deal. Can you tell the difference? Yeah. I can stick the toys. I can stick my Glock slot or barrel right in here, and you never know the difference. That's, you know, kind of scary, at least for me. You know, just the way how these weapons are. I'm going to still consider this one a weapon, even though it is a toy. Now, you want to talk about weight differences. You know, the weight on the Glock, you know, hands down, the Glock has more weight. You know, the stuff I have done to my Glock, besides the deck tape and whatnot, did the trigger job, and I also put on a stainless steel guide rod, or a recoil spring, what have you. Yeah. Yeah, I lowered the trigger weight. Yeah, I brought it down to about 3.5 pounds. The toy one, on the other hand, you know, this is actually a friend of mine's. You know, I asked if I could borrow it just to do the video. You know, he actually agreed. So, now, the weight on the real one versus the fake. The fake one's light. Real one's actually got a little bit of weight to it, right? Now, you want to talk about the differences, at least with the weights on a fake versus toy, right? Light, heavier. You know, if you really look at the internals on them, they almost look identical. Almost. You'd never really be able to tell. Now, if I covered at that pin, it looks like a second generation toy, or a second generation Glock frame. Yeah. These things look almost identical. Now you want to talk about weight? Okay. Now let me just pop this one back together. Now you want to talk about weight differences between the two? Okay. Your Glock and your Glock. They're almost the same. You know, this has a little less weight, whereas this one has a little bit more. Stick 15 or 16 rounds of 147 grain in here. Has a nice little weight. You got a nice little heft to it. You stick in the toys magazine. almost feels identical. Almost. You know, you could actually use this more for like a training method. Now you want to talk about what does it act like? Okay. That's what it sounds like. You know, for those of you who have never seen it, you know, it sounds, well, I'm not going to say it sounds like a Glock, but, yeah. Now, I'm just going to leave my trigger, or finger, I'm just going to keep my finger right on the slide release. Yeah, it has the same feel, almost the same weight. You can use this one as a practice toy. You could go out in your backyard, as long as it's okay with your town's ordinances. You know as well as I do, every town has their own ordinance. I know the town next to me won't allow you to have this or a BB gun. Don't ask me why. So, yeah. Then you got this. Great defensive. You can go to the range and practice with this. 50 rounds cost $13. 2,000 rounds plus a little bit of green gas. I'm talking about 30 bucks. You can practice a lot more with this versus this for almost the same amount of money. So I could go out in my backyard. I could practice my draw and not have any issues. It actually fits in a standard Glock holster too. This is not a standard Glock holster. This holster was actually made for a different weapon. I fit it for my purposes. Just on the safe side. You can see how the Glock fits in there. Alright. I'm going to step this off to the side. Let's put the toy in. Same exact settings. You know, the similarities between these two are uncanny. But you know what? This just goes to show you that you can't be too judgmental on the things with the weapons nowadays. You know, these people who are making these, they getting really big on the attention to details. Yeah, I could have so much fun with that in my backyard. Set up a couple cans on the fence. Fill up the cans with a little bit of water so that this way they're not going to move easily. And I could be out there all day practicing with that. You know, lubrication you could use. I mean, it's not really recommended. Most of your good green gases are going to hold a lot better. They're actually pre-lubed, you know, or at least so they say. At least for the internal components. Now, you want to talk a little bit about how this one, like I said, how this one feels. It feels almost identical. It actually does. You know, you're going to have a little bit of wiggle room. You know, as you can tell. Triggers feel a lot lighter. Yeah. You look at that. If you really wanted to go into detail, put a little bit of paint, make it look like there's actually, you know, ammunition in there. Paint up those little white lines. Yeah. Standard Glock mag versus the toy. So, anyways, I at least wanted people to be a little bit of aware of some of the toys that are out there nowadays. Both of these are definitely fun. This one I can play with in my backyard. This one I cannot. This one I can take to the range. This one I can too. Yeah. These things can be so useful just for training purposes. You know, if you would just want to train yourself to be able to take it out of the holster rack real quick, get it up into your sight, or if you just want to train yourself to be able to pick it up, get your bead on your sight, and then pull it down, you can as well. You can do that with the Glock if you modify it a little bit. I forgot what website I saw that you can actually modify the trigger so that this way you don't have to reset it every time you want to. Put a laser in the barrel that's only activated when you fire the weapon. It's really, really different to see both of these weapons on the same table. Well, anyways, I'm going to let you guys go. I've got some stuff I got to take care of. So, until the next time, remember this. Never be too judgmental on the weapons that you see in front of you. Every weapon should be treated exactly the same. Always keep them pointed in a safe direction. You know, treat every weapon as if it's a live weapon. No ammunition was in these weapons, but doesn't mean I'm not going to treat them both the same. So with that being said, I'm going to let you guys go. I got some stuff I got to take care of. You know, you guys have yourself a wonderful day. Have yourself a wonderful evening. And be safe no matter what you do.